we've kind of dogged on both Warner Brothers and Netflix for like the past 3-4 years. So it kind of felt wrong to not talk about this and kind of bring it full circle.
So we can dog on them again.
Yes, that's the spirit.
Hashtag restore the Snyderverse.
No, let it die.
This just in, some nerdy news that you need to know about. Are you ready for Harry Potter and the Stranger Things gang to team up to stop Superman from fighting the K-pop demon hunters and the Shire? Well, buckle up because that scenario is now more likely than ever. In this episode, we are discussing the bombshell announcement that Netflix has agreed to purchase Warner Brothers Discovery. We'll be going over the details of the buyout, the potential ramifications for both the streaming and theater industries, and more, because this is Eat Sleep Nerd, a show where you can check out, go AFK, and relax with us as we discuss all things nerd. I'm your show host, Corey Winter, and joining me here, we got the usual gang of nerds. We got Jason Summer.
Boo! On Netflix.
We got Christian James.
Warner. I'm just not seeing that. Warner.
What did you think it was?
Werner?
Werner?
Okay.
Bros. Warner Bros.
Warner Bros.
Werner Bros?
I just never really focused in on it.
We got my brother Josh Winter.
Hey.
And we got my wife Cynthia Winter.
Yeah.
So, we've been gone for a month from recording, and we're coming back to some bombshell news that we just had to talk about.
See, I
That was a
knew
bomb.
this episode, I knew what we were recording, and it still took me a solid 15 seconds with that intro to figure out what you were talking about, but it was good. That was good.
So Netflix
Yeah.
bought Warner Brothers
Yeah, I got that.
for a whole lot of money.
Is
Mhm.
buying.
Is buying.
Is
We'll talk about that,
buying.
Yeah.
Is buying. In the process of
Purchasing.
Yeah, a lot of fake news going around about that.
buying.
This is not a done deal.
Correct. So yeah, we'll talk about that. But also, the reason we're wanting to talk about this is because we've kind of dogged on both Warner Brothers and Netflix for the past 3-4 years. So it kind of felt wrong to not talk about this and kind of bring it full circle.
So we can dog on them again.
Yes, that's the spirit.
Double dog on them.
Hashtag restore the Snyderverse.
No, let it die. I mean, it was fine. I loved it, but no, it's dead.
I actually have that in my agenda to bring up and talk
No,
about.
seriously,
So, yeah.
that I keep seeing that.
Yeah, it's. We'll talk.
We will talk.
Yes.
So yeah, this is the only thing we'll talk about in this episode, so we're going to get right into it. So before we even go over the details of everything and kind of touch on all of the big talking points, overall feelings about this?
It will murder the theater industry.
I think it should be illegal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my initial thought, and then we could discuss later if you want.
Sure.
But it should. I think this should be illegal.
There are some arguments for it being illegal, so we'll get to that.
Oh.
Subscriptions will be $98 with ads.
We laugh, but honestly,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Heading that way.
Yeah. Now, I will say, to put a positive spin on it, it's kind of nice that we're consolidating apps potentially. I'm tired of having so many apps. It'd be nice to have
Yeah, but if I'm just going to pay twice as much
yeah.
for one app instead of two apps, are we really getting ahead?
Well, we're also slowly moving back to cable. So.
I was about to say all
Yeah.
We've
the
been
cable
moving that
exec
direction
going.
for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got.
Dad is very proud.
Yeah.
By the time we consolidate all the streaming services, we will have come full circle back to one cable subscription.
It'll be cable subscription plus the premium channel cost.
Yeah.
That is what it will be.
And it will just be Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, turn on the Netflix. What's on? Everything.
Everything.
So how long before Netflix is just an internet service provider? Like digital cable.
Or just well, at least a baby stepping on that, just a cable provider.
Yeah.
Kind of like T-Mobile's doing right now. Not T-Mobile, but
According to Luke
DirecTV,
Wilson,
DirecTV.
T-Mobile is the most fraudulent advertising
Really?
of any.
I've heard that too.
Yeah, it's on his.
Is that
It's a
slander?
commercial now.
It's
Okay.
Yeah. No, he does a commercial for AT&T where
Okay.
he's a cowboy, kind of.
Who's this?
Luke Wilson.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's a good commercial. It's very well made.
Okay.
But yeah, he talks about how T-Mobile's full of crap. Like, that's the gist of the commercial.
Wow.
Anyway.
All right, let's get into it by just starting with the announcement itself. So what Netflix is planning to do with Warner Brothers Discovery. So starting with the...
Chop it up.
Yeah, starting with the press release by itself. So pending regulatory approval, Netflix is acquiring Warner Brothers Discovery for an eye-watering $82.7 billion.
Somehow less than I thought it would be.
I'm
Like for one of the OG film companies.
yeah.
Mm.
They've also been drowning in debt for ages, so
Yeah,
that's
what I
mostly
don't
Discovery's
understand.
fault.
we'll talk about it. So this would give Netflix control over a massive library of intellectual properties, HBO Max, the Warner Brothers Pictures film studios, and much more. This merging of two entertainment industry powerhouses has sparked concerns over competition and job security, but with the promise of an extensive content library for Netflix subscribers. So, before we get into the discussion, let's just list out the details of this deal. So the deal is valued at $82.7 billion and includes $72 billion in equity value, plus Netflix will also take on an additional $10.7 billion of WB's existing debt. This should equal approximately $27.75 per share for Warner Brothers shareholders. Keep that number in mind. It'll
What
come
was
back
the
around.
number?
27 point something.
27.75.
Okay. Thank you.
The acquisition has to be approved by regulators, which could take 12 to 18 months. So at this moment, it's far from a done deal.
So
If
like
a-
Warren G is going to be on this? Wrong regulators. I'm sorry.
Yep. If approved, and here's the big part of just everything, is Netflix will acquire ownership of the Warner Brothers Pictures film studios, streaming assets like the HBO Max app, all amusement park licenses and partnerships,
Oh, gosh.
the Warner Brothers Games division, which includes studios such as the Mortal Kombat creator NetherRealm, Batman Arkham developer Rocksteady, Hogwarts Legacy studio Avalanche, and the LEGO developer TT Games. And lastly, but perhaps most importantly, it will give Netflix control of IPs such as iconic franchises like DC, including Batman and Superman, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, The Matrix, and classics such as Wizard of Oz, Casablanca, Gone with the Wind, Mad Max, and tons of other ones. Now, Netflix will not be acquiring the Warner Brothers Discovery cable networks. This includes CNN, TNT, TBS, HGTV, and Discovery, as they will be spun off into a new publicly traded company called Discovery Global. Discovery Global is expected to be wholly owned an independent company by Q3 of next year. And finally, this is where the numbers are going to come back in, Paramount and Comcast were also heavily involved in the bidding war with Netflix, with Paramount bidding as high as $30 per share in an all-cash offer, which, if you're keeping track, is higher than Netflix's winning bid at $27.75 per share. Now, what's going on here? How did Netflix win over this deal?
Yeah, how?
Exactly. Thank you. The fine print here is that Netflix only agreed to buy Warner Brothers Discovery studio and streaming assets for a combination of cash and stock after WBD's cable networks are spun off into a separate company. So Netflix did not want the cable division. Paramount's $30 per share offer was for the entire business. This has upset Paramount, however, because lawyers are questioning the fairness and adequacy of the sale process. Paramount is now considering a potential hostile takeover of Warner Brothers stock before the sale goes through. So this is not done. Paramount is still a player in the game. But all of that said, those are all the details.
I think any acquisition of Warner Brothers should be illegal by anybody.
Okay.
The way that you just listed everything out, it actually kind of made me ill that many intellectual properties are even owned by Warner Brothers right now. What they own, to me, seems illegal. Like, I think that there's been a consolidation of these companies over the last 10, 15 years since the streaming wars really started.
Mhm.
And they've just folded under each other and under each other until now we've got like just a few massive organizations, and they're monopolies. They are monopolies. And this is just going to be another consolidation, whether it be under Netflix or Paramount or whoever else. And you have one organization with too much control over too many things.
Yeah, so at the moment, before the sale goes through, you really have 5 big giants left in the entertainment industry. You have Warner Brothers Discovery, you have Sony, Disney, Paramount, and ours for the last one.
Universal.
Yep, Universal. Thank you. So yeah, there's really only 5, and that has not been the case before the streaming wars really took over. There used to be dozens of companies.
Right.
You just had the 5 big ones, and now there's going to be one less.
And the whole point of a monopoly law, the monopoly, protection system is that it's supposed to keep competition. It's supposed to keep competition going. And this, with only 5 organizations, five rulers to rule them all, it keeps the ceiling for entry just so high.
Mm-hmm.
You can't imagine a startup company competing against these people.
No.
Yeah. So it's ridiculous to start out with, and then we're going to go into 4.
Yeah.
Regardless of what happens, and it's going to happen.
Or I guess Netflix is becoming the 5th.
Or something like that. Yeah.
I don't know how good. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
If they're taking over. But still.
Yeah.
I would
But
say
still.
if any company they should probably take over was Sony.
Because Sony
I know.
knows what they're doing.
Sony knows all about what they're doing.
Yeah.
For like the past couple of years,
They weren't for sale.
like there should have been some kind of an agreement.
Warner Brothers has been bleeding money for years since like they were trying to get sold.
Then let them die.
Wow.
Doesn't,
That's how capitalism works.
but then you still end
Doesn't
up with
it-
the same number of companies.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s or the 90s.
The before times.
The
Back
before
when you were in
time.
college?
No. Well, 99.
Oh, God.
No, I believe it was the Bell Company got so big
Mhm.
that the government forced it to break up into
Mhm.
several different Bell organizations. So, the telephone company.
The most successful being Taco.
But it was called Ma Bell, I think was they called it Ma Bell. But the government recognized it as a monopoly and forced it to break up into smaller organizations and run separately.
And that's how it got AT&T.
So you just found that out?
I mean, I could.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is a situation where, I don't know if our government would do anything like that in these times and these days, but this is something where I think I think that there should be a watchdog looking at this stuff and saying these organizations are too big and controlling too much.
All right, Kami. So
I was just waiting for Josh to chime in at some point.
Yep.
Here it
Yep.
comes.
I could feel it building over here.
no, I mean I understand the concern,
Yeah.
certainly. But we also only
Certainly.
listed the big companies. I mean, there's
There were small
a
ones, yeah.
billion and a half streaming apps right now. And yeah, I mean, like you said, Warner Brothers already owned every major property that wasn't already owned by Disney. And so, I mean, who owns it really doesn't bother me. Because like Netflix, on the other hand, doesn't have a ton of film property rights at all. So really all that's happening is the same number of giant film properties are just moving to a different owner. Netflix's biggest selling point has always been reruns and made for TV series. Like they like to say that they make films, and they do, but they're never very good. And if it wasn't for Netflix, the streaming service, most of them would never get watched.
I mean, Adam
Right.
Sandler gets a platform there.
Thank God for that. And
Happy Gilmore 2.
okay, Happy Gilmore 2 made me laugh.
Never watched it.
Okay, in fairness, they also have the Knives Out series. So like, they have bangers.
Which they bought afterwards.
Sure.
It was a really big tequila. And
Double.
and yeah, so I mean, like this is kind of Netflix's thing. You got to remember the way they got big in the first place was they became the place where you could stream other people's content.
Right, but they didn't own it. They were a vehicle.
They were
Okay.
a licensee.
They were
And
housing
now
it.
and now they own the vehicle.
Right.
Who cares? Like it's
Who cares?
Like,
Let them have
it's-
it.
like I don't know. It's the monopoly thing doesn't bother me as much because I think all entertainment is inherently ridiculously priced right now, regardless of who owns it. I worry about the ramifications for the industry.
That too.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, that's
More-
where the monopoly part comes in too.
Yeah, like it's
Okay.
so I mean like it's okay. So like I worry about the film industry. I love film. I love movies. It has been a tremendous part of my life. There's another much happier version of my life where I ended up making movies.
Mhm.
And so I know that Netflix has been trying to be a film company for a very long time, almost as long as they've been around. And every year they have that one movie that they try to release in theaters, but they can never afford to do it for longer than a week or two. And then it's out of the theaters, and they were just like, this was theatrically released. But I'm wondering, and I wish they would say more about what they want to do, because they're either going to take Warner Brothers and everything is just going to be Netflix streaming exclusives, which is understandable. I get it. That's where everyone watches everything now, and that's why theater numbers are abysmal. I have a small, faint outline of hope that instead they would take this opportunity, having acquired an actual film studio, and more importantly, a distribution vehicle, to not only continue to release what Warner Brothers would have released, but to release even more films. Because what Netflix does do very, very well is make movies that other studios would not make. Like, we're constantly talking about how everything now is a superhero movie. And that's fair. That's very fair. But there is a small distribution lane on Netflix of movies that otherwise would not be released. And so if they could do the ballsy thing and use those Warner Brothers distribution channels with theaters and push out more movies than we've had in 10 years, as far as like variety and an opportunity to see things that are not capes and crap, would be great. And I say that as someone who loves cape movies.
Yes.
Like, I love superhero stuff, but I miss movies.
But when you have a consolidation of organizations, when you have a consolidation of management, we have a consolidation of producers and creators, you basically remove all of the flavor. You remove all the different ways that could be done. Like, you have one creator, you have like a creating team versus several creative teams in different organizations. You've got, so I don't see it happening. Like, I see what you're talking about. I see the hope, but at the same time, as you bring everybody, as you funnel everybody and filter everybody into these smaller organizations that run everything, you remove the amount of talent, you remove the amount of creative minds.
Agreed. But, and this is my only counterpoint to it. It'll be brief, Corey. I'm sorry.
There you go.
I would argue the creative minds at Netflix are more willing to take risks than the creative minds at Warner Brothers. And at the end of the day, every acquisition, no matter how many times they say they're not going to whittle down the workforce of the people getting bought are always the ones that get kicked out.
Right. Yeah.
And so I don't know.
So don't allow the merger.
Okay, so let's close the thread on the monopoly thing, and then we'll touch on the industry thing. So
I'm using the hat, by the way, for the monopoly. I want the hat.
I like the thimble.
Okay.
No, I want the thimble. I'll be is there an ironing board?
There was an
one of the
iron.
other ones?
Iron.
The iron?
Yes.
I'll be that one since you
Okay,
took
there's
my
a
thimble.
dog.
Nice.
And a car.
Okay.
No, I'm
You can
always
eat-
the thimble.
Okay.
no,
Okay.
it's good. It's good. So, reporting from Hollywood Reporter and IGN and Variety and a bunch of stuff, I've kind of consolidated everything in one little paragraph. So, labor organizations representing directors, writers, producers, and drivers and casting directors expressed deep concerns about the transaction of Netflix over Warner Brothers, arguing that it could quash competition and harm Hollywood's creatives. The most severe in this criticism was the Writers Guild of America, which said in a statement that this merger must be blocked. The labor... Thank you.
That's not a good point. They bitch about everything. Keep going.
The labor group's East and West Coast branches collectively represent more than 20,000 writers, many of them screenwriters and television writers. And I quote, "The world's largest streaming company swallowing one of its biggest competitors is what antitrust laws were designed to prevent," the union said. The outcome would eliminate jobs, push down wages, worsen conditions for all entertainment workers, raise prices for consumers, and reduce the volume and diversity of content for all viewers, end quote. And then lastly, from Mike Proulx?
Spell that.
Proulx.
Sure.
You did great.
Yep. The vice president and research director at Forrester, a marketing research company. He says, Netflix is the top streaming service today. Now combined with HBO Max, it will absolutely cement itself as a Goliath in the streaming industry. And to illustrate that point, we have
An ad.
NBA.
Yes.
No.
Prime.
So,
Ooh.
this is a little graph of the percent, the market share that the big streaming apps have. Netflix currently at 20%, HBO at 13%, Prime Video at 21%, Disney at 13%, Hulu at 11%. Then everything else is 22%. So, looking at if you combine Disney and Hulu,
Yeah, I was about to say, because the Hulu Disney split is misleading.
that's like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
20 math, 13,
24.
24. There you go.
Yeah, so that's a quarter.
A little bit more in Prime Video, but now if you combine Netflix and Max, that is significantly more than any other player. It'd be
33% for the math
A
incline.
third of it. A third of the market would be owned by Netflix. So that is bordering on monopoly, if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
So.
Well, no one asked you.
All right.
But that's why we're here. We talk.
You asked us.
Nobody
we
asked
did not ask you.
us. We'll give the answers. We will
Now.
pontificate till we're blue in the face.
Now, to Josh's point, the theatre.
The theater.
The
Theatre.
experience. Now, to Josh's point, Netflix has not really confirmed a whole lot about future plans and stuff, but they did have some conference calls with investors on Friday when this announcement was made. And the Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos, he did say a few things that sound good, but, smoke and mirrors. So, on a conference call with investors and press on Friday, Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos has insisted
Just
that
call him
Netflix
Ted.
has, quote, no opposition to movies in theaters, unquote. But he went on to say, and I quote, my pushback has been mostly in the fact of the long exclusive windows, which we don't really think are that consumer friendly. But when we talk about keeping HBO operating, largely as it is, that also includes their output movie deal with Warner Brothers, which includes a life cycle that starts in the movie theater, which we're going to continue to support, unquote. He then suggested the nature of the theatrical experience may evolve. And I quote again, I think over time, the windows will evolve to be more consumer-friendly to be able to meet the audience where they are quicker. I'd say right now, you should count on everything that is planned on going to the theater through Warner Brothers will continue to go through theaters through Warner Brothers, and Netflix movies will take the same strides they have, which is some of them do have a short run at the theater beforehand. But our primary goal is to bring first-run movies to our members because that's what they're looking for. So he's hinting that Warner Brothers movies...
Exclusivity.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But also just shorter lifespans in theaters as well.
I'm
Not a
actually
fan of
okay with
that.
Well, I'm actually okay with it because think about it. After like a month, most people who are going to go see a movie in theater have seen it. Yeah. Like, does it need the 3-month window that movies used to have anymore? Again, and I say this as someone who loves going to the theater.
Yeah.
But like realistically, if I don't see it in the first couple of weeks, I'm probably not going to see it.
True.
And that's why, and that's why those third week drop off is abysmal. Yeah, that's it
Of
for
course,
every
yeah.
movie now.
Yeah.
Like it's we go for an experience, and if you're just not interested in that experience, you're probably not going to go right away.
But I don't like the idea of streaming exclusivity or exclusivity for a movie just because you have the streaming service. Like the way that's sounding is like some of the movies will be put in theaters, and some of them you will only be able to see the movie if you have the streaming service.
Yeah.
Which is how streaming services work now, but you have a larger share of the market. So now if you don't put it in the movie theater, people have to subscribe to your service to see it.
Yeah.
Which again, that is strong arming the consumer because you have a monopoly over the market.
But they also made it sound like some of their content will be streamed, some of it will go to theaters, and it just depends on what the content is. So again, we're back to that's no different than how they are running as separate companies.
But when you have a bazillion separate companies versus 5 or 4.
But it's already 5 or 4.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's just getting worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying that it's not that way now. I'm saying that it's bad now. It's getting worse.
But I want to ask you guys, do you kind of feel like the theater should be an experience, or are you okay just watching brand new movies at home and not having the big screen thing?
It's to go back. Future plans is redundant.
Okay.
But for
It's
me,
true.
for me, it's like just like Josh was saying, that like some movies that go to theater, they're in there for a month. People will probably see it or they don't. And then a lot of times, like when you see a trailer, a new movie trailer, you're just like, I'll just wait for streaming. If it's just going to go straight
Sure.
to streaming,
Mhm.
cool. we've solved a little bit of the problem.
Yeah.
But if they're still going to go to theaters, like he sort of promises, and in that wishy-washy statement,
without saying anything.
yeah,
He said a lot of things without saying anything.
yeah, but like I'm still cool with that. Like I am very in the middle about this because there's a lot of times where I'm just like, oh, that looks cool. Don't have time.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. I'll stream it.
But like the experience of going to the theater.
The
concession
theater experience
stand.
is a must because
Well-
I love popcorn.
But I mean, I don't think
Theater popcorn.
Yes.
I don't think anywhere in this are we going to have the ultimate death of movie theaters. Like, could this affect it? Yes. Will this shut down theaters? No. And like I agree with you. If there's a movie that I really want to go see in the theater, it doesn't happen much, but I'm going to go see that movie within the first week. Within the first couple days probably, and then if it's only in the theater for a week, fine. Because that's how I do movie theaters. I don't go to them much.
Well, that's
but
how everybody does now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
So like I
it's-
don't think if the outcome of this is we're still going to do movies, but they're only going to be in theaters for a short time, I think that's the model that would suit movie theaters better.
See,
nowadays.
I'm okay with the idea of just keeping movies in theaters, but for shorter windows. That's fine.
Yeah.
I just don't
I
like
can
the
agree
idea
with
that maybe Netflix is starting to, or is wanting to do less movies in theaters. I don't like that.
Yeah. Agreed on
But
both
at the same
points.
time, can you blame them?
I mean, how many
Like-
movies now?
How people watch things have changed.
So to put a number on it, Warner Brothers had 30 movies go to theaters this year.
Mhm.
Netflix had, I believe, 3, and all for like 1 or 2 weeks at a time, just to get the Oscar
Consideration.
qualification.
How did most of their 30 movies do in the theater?
Not great.
Actually, they're leading the pack, and I think they have 3 of the top 5 box offices at the moment. And then one of their movies is the big Best Picture candidate right
What
now.
about the other 26?
I don't know.
So I mean, like, I don't want movie theaters to die, but I think with streaming services already, it's kind of inevitable that there will be fewer movies in theaters.
Yeah.
I think this is just a part of it. I don't think it's causing it. Well, it is. Streaming services are, but I don't think it's going to kill it. I think it's just continuing the natural evolution that is currently happening in theaters due to streaming services. I think there are going to be fewer movies in theaters for a shorter amount of time because everything is so fast-paced now. So people are going to go see it. It's going to get out. It's going to be on streaming for the people that didn't go to the theater in the first week or two. And it's just going to be like things now, except you don't have to wait as long to see it on streaming as you do currently with a movie in theaters.
I think that goes back to our old topic a very long time ago about how the heads of movie theaters are talking about what they can do to bring people back to the movie theater. Pickleball,
Yeah.
like basketball courts, big
'Cause-
pickles.
Right, because
Can-
I want to sweat right before I sit.
Can
and watch
Yeah.
a
Netflix
movie, right.
put a pickleball court in my house so I can play pickleball while I watch a streamed movie? Netflix, call me. That's
So
what
it's
I
like if people are not going to the theater to watch movies, they are going to do other things, which makes me think about like, were these guys in the ether or in the know about something like this would happen?
Mm-hmm.
And so they were getting ahead of the game.
Yeah. Like I feel I'm with you. Like I kind of feel neutral about this one because I don't go to theaters very much. I enjoy them. I want them to stay around. But this just feels like what I've expected to happen.
Okay.
I don't know if I like it or not.
But you're not
I haven't
surprised.
formed an opinion, but I'm
Yeah.
not surprised. This is exactly what I feel like would happen based on the everything. I'm
Okay.
not surprised by it.
Okay. So, theater chains are opposing the merger.
Well, yeah.
Well, duh.
Critics said a Netflix Warner combo would be bad news for moviegoers and for people who work in theaters. Cinema United, a trade association that represents more than 30,000 movie screens in the US and another 26,000 screens internationally, was quick to oppose the deal, which is said, and I quote, poses an unprecedented threat to the global exhibition business. And they go on to say Netflix's stated business model does not support theatrical exhibition. In fact, it is the opposite. And quote, this was by Michael O'Leary, CEO of Cinema United. And then he went on to say, theaters will close, communities will suffer, jobs will be lost. End quote. The Writers Guild of America sounded a similar alarm and called for the merger to be blocked. The Producers Guild of America said the Netflix deal must prove that it protects workers' livelihoods in theatrical distribution, And I quote, "Legacy studios are more than content libraries, which within their vaults are the character and culture of our nation," end quote.
Bunch of whiny babies.
Wow. All right.
From a personal perspective, I know that Zack Snyder is involved with the Netflix.
All right. Thank you for that segue.
Yeah, no problem. And if you recall, in the last couple weeks to month or so, he's been dropping these very pointed images.
all of his old photos.
Yeah, particularly of the Zack Snyder DC Universe.
Yeah.
This
Particularly of
grayscale
Superman.
photos.
Yes, right.
Mhm.
And I wonder if he knew about all this coming up. And I wonder if he's flexing his creative influence. And I wonder if this merger were to happen, what would happen to the new, the new DCEU?
No.
DCU.
DCU.
Yeah.
With David Cornstalk.
His was the DCEU.
Okay. And how the Netflix creative minds will influence what happens with James Gunn's new Superman and DCU universe.
Yeah, I bet he's sweating bullets right now.
And they've dropped a statement saying that they're that it could be a dumpster fire. I loved the Snyderverse. I was hoping for it. If you go back and watch all of our stuff, you'll find it. It's all there.
Yes,
But it's over.
we are of both minds.
Yeah.
We really love the
Yeah.
Snyderverse. We have also let it go.
Yeah, we've let it go. Like, it's time to move on. I've loved it. It's past its prime, and I'm sorry. I love the David Cornsweet Superman. I love how James Gunn is approaching this, and I want to see it continue, and I want to see it get a true chance. And I am concerned that it's not going to happen if this Netflix merger were to happen. So from a personal perspective, I don't want it to happen.
Okay, to address your concerns. Thank you. Moving into the content creation topic of this conversation. So does this affect the newly launched James Gunn DC Universe? I couldn't find any major publications covering this yet, but I did find it on like Screen Rant and stuff like that, where there are reports of James Gunn and Peter Safran's contracts being extended by 6 months to the spring of 2027, which is after the original contracts were set to expire in October 2026. This is following the news of the Netflix acquisition. This would line up with Man of Tomorrow's scheduled theater date of summer 2027, and the Netflix deal potentially completing regulatory approval 18 months from now. So it seems like possibly they're at least going to give James Gunn and Peter Safran a chance to establish the universe a little bit more as this acquisition takes place, but it could also be you only have 6 months to wrap this up once everything is approved.
That also says that they are allowed to keep their jobs. It says nothing about the influence that they have over the content.
True.
You're not doing anything, but you're not fired.
Right. So to appease the masses, like of a Jason Summer, you're gonna hold your jobs, but you can't have any influence over what we do.
Okay, so the baller move,
All right, what's the baller move? Let's see it. Let's hear it.
just do both.
That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't be opposed.
Clearly, they've got
honestly,
some
yeah.
money laying around.
Yeah. I mean, let Snyder do his thing and let Gunn do his thing. I'm 100% okay with that.
Like, we already have
Wow.
a splintered DC universe, right? Like, the Batman is its own thing.
Right.
Like, they've got
Elseworlds,
other...
right?
Yeah, like,
Elseworlds.
I'm just saying, if we really wanted to go down this road, you could do both.
You already have the Crisis on Infinite Earth thing. Anyway.
Might as well. I'm totally okay with that. But don't ruin what Gunn's been doing. I think he's been doing a good job.
But here's my personal problem with it.
Okay.
Henry Cavill's about to be real busy bringing my favorite franchise to life over at Amazon, so he doesn't have time to play Superman anymore. Gotta let it go.
The Snyderverse is dead, people. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm like, I love those actors, but they've aged out of their roles.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Now, finishing up the creative conversation real quick. AI, because of course it's got to work its way in here somehow.
Because the script was made by AI. But
Go
go
ahead.
on.
Go ahead, Corey. What you got?
So speaking on the investor call on the day of the buyout announcement, Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos? Who knows?
Ted. Jinx.
Repeatedly mentioned future, quote, innovation as one of the reasons why the streamer was so keen to own Warner Brothers 102-year-old back catalog. Now, insider sources have told The Hollywood Reporter that the subtext behind Ted's mentions of innovation was the huge boost to Netflix's AI plans that Warner Brothers' library of content could bring, both to train future AI models and to allow subscribers access to generate their own creations using licensed assets. Netflix has long been accused of producing new TV series and movies designed by algorithm, using past viewing data to greenlight projects it could safely expect will be enjoyed by swaths of its consumers' base. But even on a base level, having access to Warner Brothers' catalog will undoubtedly help Netflix's algorithm learn even more about its users' viewing habits, with such a large library now part of its own service. User-generated content.
Yeah. So basically, it's like who's watching what, and we'll just keep making more of that.
Yeah.
Also, user-generated content. Are they going to allow people to take intellectual property and start making stuff out of their own minds?
Yeah, and apparently
For a
Disney-
modest fee.
Yeah, and Disney's already said they're probably going to start doing that pretty soon too.
That's
Yeah.
So
I
Netflix
guess
is
it's
going
no
to be full of
different
murder
than
shows.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Allowing you to use their engine. I mean,
Yeah.
there's
It's
some allure to
interesting.
it. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
And as far as the rest of it, I mean, that's just data collection.
Sure.
Like it's been around forever.
Yeah, but at the same, I'm so, I don't know if skeptical is the word, wary of AI, because AI is what can take away authenticity and originality from human creation. We can say, do this, and it'll do it for us, and it'll give us ideas that we never conceived of ourselves. Like, it'll present things in a way where, like, oh, when I presented this set of data to create this image, I didn't think it was going to turn out this way. Or when we use it to do our jobs for us, or when we use it to just, to create a way of doing things. It is a slippery slope that I think we have to be really, really wary of. Is it helpful? I think so. Could it be detrimental? Absolutely. And we have to be very careful, especially when we start using it with our creations and the things that come from our souls, that come from our hearts. We have to be careful when we do that.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Screw you.
No, really. Okay, so like the AI bubble is going to pop in the next 5 years.
Oh yeah.
Mostly because of how freaking much money it costs to run it.
And water.
There's that.
Like some of
Saying
the
water. Is that what you said?
well, no,
Yeah.
seriously, like
Yeah.
so it's been around long enough that some of the financial data on what it costs to run these things and host the servers and the freaking electric bill and stuff like especially at the rate it's going, it's not going to be sustainable. No one's going to be able to afford to run AI. And so it's neat, it's fun, it's going to be a fad, it's going to phase out.
Or it'll become sentient and kill us all.
Yeah, but say until Skynet
Right,
is
right.
invented.
Exactly. Linda Hamilton's just going, you assholes.
All right, let's wrap this up. What does this mean for our apps?
One
So-
fewer.
One few. All right.
One app to
Whoa.
rule them all.
That sounded way too one fewer.
Too
Yeah.
fascist.
Yeah, there we go.
The two
Look at the
streaming-
colors of Netflix.
Jesus. Jason.
It's questionable.
Huh,
For
next-
now, for now, the two streaming services will remain separate, Netflix said in a letter to subscribers delivered via email early Saturday, December 6th. And I quote, "Nothing is changing today. Both streaming services will continue to operate separately. We have more steps to complete before the deal is closed, including regulatory and shareholder approvals," end quote, read the letter, which included a link to Netflix FAQ about the merger. And wrapping us up, one last quote, "Nothing is changing with the content currently on Netflix. Netflix and Warner Brothers will remain separate until the transaction is closed," end quote. But then it's
Well,
gonna
duh.
combine. But then it's going to combine. I mean, come on. Let's
Yeah,
face
but
it.
I mean, they're not going to combine it before the merger is complete. I mean, that's
Duh.
Does a separate Hulu app still exist, or is it only
Yes.
in Disney?
Yes.
But you can also, but
You
it's
get it-
still part of the Disney.
Yes.
Correct.
As,
Yeah.
as
You can
well.
access everything on it through Disney if you have both.
Right.
I kind of imagine that's what's going to happen here, at least for to start.
Net Bros.
Because like currently, a lot of people
Warnerflix.
get
Warner- Yeah.
what?
Warner
Net Bros
Flix.
and Warnerflix.
Right.
All right. Because like currently, a lot of people get HBO free through like their cable service, which I
Yeah.
currently do. So I imagine it'll stay at least
Well,
its
but-
own thing for the moment, but also available inside of Netflix.
Yeah, they'll probably have to continue to honor any contracts that are still in agreement.
Yeah.
Things, that are still in place, stuff like that.
I'm just waiting to go see the new Netflix Warner Brothers movie in the theater. And as soon as it starts, a notification pops up that says this is not part of your household.
Yeah.
You can't watch.
And everybody says they're just pissed off.
Now let's talk about pricing.
Oh.
What does this do to pricing for Netflix?
$50 a month.
Sky high.
Well, what is the all-in Disney one? Isn't it like 80? No, I mean like the all-in Disney one, the one that
All-in?
has
With
Disney,
ESPN.
Hulu, and ESPN.
Oh,
Because that's going to be the market standard for a multi-app streaming
yeah.
service.
I don't do ESPN, so
You shouldn't. It's Disney is hemorrhaging money through it.
Currently, Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Unlimited bundle with ads. For the first 12 months, the plan costs $30 a month.
what's without ads?
Without ads is $39 a month.
$40. So $50 is going to be it.
So
It's going to be $50.
It's really only no. That's not for real.
Yes.
That's not for real Hulu though. That's not Hulu
But
TV.
then, yeah, Hulu and Live TV plus Disney Plus plus
Oh.
the ESPN bundle is $90 a month.
That's what I was
Oh,
saying.
There we
gosh.
go.
But that's the one where you also get like 95 live television stations and.
But still, okay.
How
so
do you have
that's
time to
cable.
watch them with
It's
all the
cable.
other stuff?
Yeah,
you're
so
buying?
if you
Right.
split the diff, yeah, $50
It's cable.
bucks.
Yeah, $50. It's going to be $50 a month.
But
How much is Netflix already by itself?
20.
I don't know. I don't pay for it. So who knows?
Yeah, I think it's like
Oh.
25.
I don't have
a
Netflix.
month.
Yeah,
I don't have my phone. I can't look it up.
I know it
You
comes out of my account every month. For a little while, it was coming out twice a month. Had 2 accounts, so it was embarrassing.
Oh,
Oof.
You need to get one of those.
Like the Rocket Money
Rocket
apps
Money,
or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah,
not a
Sponsored by.
sponsor.
but you could be. Hit us up.
Could
Right.
At the moment, Netflix with ads is $8 a month. That's just
We're not
that's-
peasants.
that's
What is
not-
the one without ads?
God.
That does not include 4K. That is only 2 streams.
We've been around the way a long.
The standard plan, which is ad-free and full HD, 2 streams, 1 extra member slot a month, is $18 a month. And the premium plan is $25 a month, which is 4K plus everything else.
Ah,
So
Okay.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
so
Still, it's
between
high.
40 and $50.
I
is
remember.
what
I
we could
mean,
expect.
you all remember when Netflix came out when it was just discs,
Yeah.
and it was like $4.99 a month or something like that.
Yeah.
Also,
You also spent half your time waiting for the disc. So I mean,
you know what though? But you didn't have to return it in you could have it as long as you wanted.
that's true.
Like you didn't get
You just
late
wouldn't get a
fees.
new one until
Yeah,
Right.
that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, GameFly. Who remembers that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does that still exist? Can you check? It doesn't.
it's super gone.
Okay. All right. GameFly was the same thing, but for video games, it was cool. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, when did Netflix officially start?
I was in
I think it
college.
was like, no.
Oh,
Talking about
2011.
the streaming service?
No,
No,
the
no,
discs.
no.
Oh, that was in the
Oh.
90s. Yeah.
No way.
Yes.
Early 2000s.
2000.
I would believe early
2003.
2000s, but no way it was the 90s.
Hold on.
Because okay, so in my mind,
I'm calling shenanigans.
do you remember Redbox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See.
Okay, because in my mind, Netflix and Redbox became popular at
The same time.
Redbox was a thing because we used to go and get Redbox movies all the time. There was a kiosk outside of the Kroger, outside of the
Yep.
Walgreens, so we would go and get those. And I remember, I just now realized that Redbox wasn't Netflix because they happened at the same time, and we stopped getting the movies from Redbox because we started getting them delivered from Netflix. And then Redbox went about its way, and then Netflix became the streaming service. I've just realized, I never thought about it. I never thought they were the same thing, but I never realized they weren't.
All right. Let's take bets. When did the DVD Netflix launch?
2008.
2003.
Oh, wait, no, 2006.
Are we doing prices right?
Without going over closest?
Yeah.
2006.
2003.
Well, you all went over.
Oh,
1997.
really?
Whoa.
Okay.
When
Okay,
did the
so when did
internet
it-
start?
Technically, the internet started in the 60s.
So when did it
Yeah,
get
call Al Gore.
popular? When did it blow up?
I mean, do you want to just know when the streaming service started?
See,
Sure.
No.
shit, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
When did the streaming service start?
06.
Oh, wait.
I was thinking 08.
2010.
Who said 06? It was 2007.
Nice. Okay.
I was in middle school when we switched over.
Okay.
But no. Late middle school, early high school. And I think we like avoided getting the streaming part of it for a while. And then we eventually
God,
went
I was
to it.
10 years out of high school.
Old.
Old.
Does it say what it
Jason,
cost
in
when it first started?
2007, I was.
It was $9.99. I bet you it was $9.99.
I think it was $8, dude.
Yeah.
I-
I think it was.
I distinctly remember like $7.99
Yeah, I do too.
was what Netflix
Now we're either
cost.
both wrong,
Yeah.
but I do
Mandela
think
effect.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I don't have the price, but just for funsies, Netflix went public in 2002. So at that point, it was already popular.
That's what I was remembering.
It opened in 2002 for $15 a share, with a sale of 5.5 million shares of common stock. In 2003, it was issued a patent to cover its
Oh.
subscription rental service.
Interesting.
It posted its first profit in 2003, earning $6.5 million on revenues of $272 million. By 2004, profit had increased to $49 million, over a $500 million in revenue return. Let's see. In 2005, 35,000 different films were available, and Netflix shipped 1 million DVDs out every day.
Now here's the
Holy
real
cow.
question.
Wow.
What year did Blockbuster officially die?
It's still alive in Portland.
Yeah, so one's still in.
What?
There's still one store
There's
alive
like-
in Portland.
Because it was a franchisee, they just kept it open.
Yeah. They were not obligated to shut down.
Yeah.
Oh.
So all that said,
Yeah.
Netflix, Warner Brothers, any final thoughts? Anything we didn't cover?
Bad.
All right.
I think it's
Eh.
fine.
I'm indifferent.
It's going to be a long time before it happens anyway.
This is why things will never change, because you're indifferent. Because you don't care.
I would argue that you're the one that has a problem with change.
Mm.
I have a
Mm.
problem with monopolies.
Mm.
I have a problem when creativity is stymied.
Okay. Putting it out there on the internet,
Oh boy.
as of this is going to air on December 9th, 2025. Eat Sleep Nerd is going to make some bold bets for what's going to happen here.
Okay.
So, question number 1. Who thinks that Netflix's acquisition of Warner Brothers is going to be blocked? Who says it's not going to go through because of
I think it's going to
antitrust
be
laws?
blocked. It's going to be blocked.
I don't.
I think it's going to initially be blocked and eventually go through with a few differences.
So I will say the reason that Netflix is not wanting the TV business is to hopefully avoid the antitrust laws. They kind of think that's probably going to be too much and would get blocked.
Also, that's the part of the business that's dying.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually really smart. I don't know why Paramount wanted that.
So only Jason is saying it's going to be blocked? No, you said it's going to
It's going to be blocked initially. It's
With
eventually going to
amendments.
happen, but not in the exact way it's laid out right now.
Okay.
It will initially be blocked.
All right.
I would buy that. There will be conditions on their acquisition.
Mm-hmm.
But I do not think the acquisition will be stopped.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 2. Who thinks that Paramount is going to put in a hostile takeover?
Absolutely. If it's
Okay.
approved, if Netflix Warner Brothers merger is approved, Paramount will absolutely put in.
I think they'll try.
Yeah, that's.
I think they'll do it before.
Mm.
Because after it's done, it's going to be way too expensive.
Yeah.
So,
Because at that point, they're having to buy 2 companies.
Mhm.
essentially, yeah.
Nah. I don't. Paramount just needs to sort out their own house, man.
They just got acquired essentially a couple months ago. They need to hold on.
Yeah, like, what are we doing? Like, just stop.
It was like just back in August. It
The
was
new
just
Star Trek
goddamn-
looks terrible.
So let me.
Oof.
Okay. So I worked in a company that was called its way of building its business was called acquisitory, and basically what they did is they bought other companies and folded it into itself. And whereas initially I thought that was a really interesting way of doing things, the things that I learned over the 4 years that I worked there was that the things that they purchased and the things that they brought in from the other companies that they folded into themselves were never handled well. Or if they brought them in, there wasn't a team of people who understood what was being brought in well enough to support it in a good way. And if your business model is acquisitory and your whole point is to is to consolidate and bring in the name and the intellectual property, then I think it's destined for failure. Based off of my experience. Now, it's a limited experience, and I'll grant that. And so that's what I see here. I see that it's destined for ultimate failure because you remove not only the talent, you remove the creativity, you remove the different perspectives and the ways of looking at things. And I think this is going to be a bad thing, especially as we continue to fold these larger companies into even larger companies. It's not gonna go well.
Who's to say?
Thanks for that, Christian.
And to wrap this up with a pretty bow, Jason, GameFly does still exist.
Cool.
Look at that.
What's the membership cost?
There's a 30-day free trial,
Okay.
and it converts to a $20 a month paid subscription.
Oh, that's
Cancel
a lot.
anytime.
Okay.
All right, that's all we got for now. Thank you for tuning in. If you have not already, please leave a like on this video. Leave some comments down below if you want to join in on the conversation. And if you have not already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@EatSleepNerd, and share us with your friends and family over on social media. That goes a long way into supporting this channel, those channels,
The channel.
all channels.
This one.
You can support all channels. And
Why is Netflix gonna buy us now?
All channels matter.
all right, Jason, you are the most heated about all of this, so 3 things nerds should be doing before they go watch some Netflix.
Think hard about what you really want with your streaming and media content. And after that, eat, sleep, and nerd.
Take it easy, people.